Mrs.Berro. Today we're going to do a story and we're going to follow up with one of our papers we did this week. Remember the adjective paper you did? And we had to circle the two adjectives that described our noun, like the blue and white umbrella or the black and yellow bumblebee. Well, today we have a story about Mr. Wolf. And I went ahead and filled out half of your thinking bubble for you. And these are some of the adjectives that describe our villain in the story. He's kind of a little bit of a mean person at times. Some people call him a bad wolf. And some people say he's kind of selfish. But what's really great about this story, at the end of the story, we're going to come up with 3 new adjectives to describe our Mr. Wolf at the end of the story. And I don't think they're going to be the same as all. So I put these in purple. I've got my marker ready for our new adjectives. So let's read the story and find out about Mr. Wolf. Adjectives to describe our character in the story. The title of our book today is The Wolf's Chicken Stew. The title page tells me I think I know who might become Chicken Stew. Here we go. There once was a wolf who loved to eat more than anything else in the world. As soon as he finished one meal, he began to think of his next meal. Oh, I think I know what he had for lunch. I see a fish bone. Well, one day the wolf got a terrible craving for chicken stew. All day long he walked across the forest in search of a delicious chicken. Finally, he spotted one. Ah, she's just perfect for my stew, he thought. And he crept up behind her. As the wolf crept closer and closer, he was just about to grab his prey. Dun, dun, dun. He had another idea. If there was just some way to fatten this bird up a little more, he thought, there would be a most delicious stew and even more for me. So, the wolf ran home to his kitchen and he began to cook. And I see it says pancakes in his recipe book. First, he made 100 scrumptious pancakes. Then late in the night, he left them on the chicken's porch. Eat well, my pretty chicken, he cried. Get nice and fat for my stew. Well, the next night he brought 100 scrumptious donuts. Eat well, my pretty chicken, he cried. Get nice and fat for my stew. You guessed it. And on the 3rd night, he brought a scrumptious cake weighing 100 pounds. Eat well, my pretty chicken, he cried. Get nice and fat for my stew. At last, all was ready. This was the night he had been waiting for. He put a large pot on the fire and he set out joyfully to find his dinner. Ooh, he looks a little dangerous. That chicken must be as fat as a balloon by now, he thought. Let's see. But as he peeked in the chicken's house, the door opened suddenly and the chicken screeched, "Oh, it was you, Mr. Wolf." Children, look. The pancakes and the donuts and that scrumptious cake. They weren't from Santa Claus. All those presents were from Uncle Wolf. And the wolf didn't know what to say. The baby chickens jumped all over the wolf and gave him 100 kisses. "Oh, thank you, Uncle Wolf. You're the best cook in the world." Uncle Wolf didn't have stew that night, but Mrs. Chicken fixed him a nice dinner anyways. Aw, shucks, he thought as he walked home. Maybe tomorrow I'll bake the little critters 100 scrumptious cookies. And he did. And that's the end. I love that story. All right, let Miss Berro take her reading glasses off and let's get busy and think about some new adjectives to describe Mr. Wolf. I think in the end of the story, he was kind of nice. So I'm going to write nice here. Well, In the beginning, he was kind of a bad person, but in the end, he was really a very friendly Uncle Wolf. In the beginning, he was kind of selfish. He really only thought about himself. But in the end, I think he was really kind. He thought of others before himself, and he thought of all those little chickens and their 100 kiss. It's really neat when you look at adjectives. They kind of help our character come alive. This is one of the few books where our villain actually jumps over into a whole new category of adjectives. Alrighty, for your homework tonight, I want you to tell me your favorite part of this book. Was it the cookies, the donuts, the pancakes, or just him cooking in the kitchen? I want you to draw me a picture, and then I want you to think of one word that you can put on here and label your photo. So we'll have our cameraman zoom in on this. You can pick one of Miss Berro's adjectives, or you can pick one of your own. Have a great night. I can't wait to see you guys again. Goodbye.